Good afternoon. Let me know if there's anyone in the chat at the moment. Just let me know whether the audio's working, whether the stream's up and running. And then hopefully we'll get to enjoy a really nice sunset. G'day Kath, how are you? Okay, so everything sounds alright. I'm just going to walk around in front. Hello, welcome to Shelly Beach. So hopefully we're going to get a good sunset. I've put my order in. So let me know what the audio's like. All good? Okay, good. Yeah, it does look nice. It's very calm at the moment, which is good. I haven't seen any dolphins yet. I'm hoping we get some dolphins on stream. That would be pretty cool. There's a few people swimming, but yeah, look, it's not busy by any means. But yeah, if that cloud stays there, we could get a pretty good sunset, I reckon. Not too many people around, which is good. It was the only thing I was kind of worried about with this beach. You do get a few, especially on a Saturday night, get a few people fishing and walking, but I'm sure if they see the camera, they might steer clear. So I'll get the camera out soon and take some photos. But yeah, I'm just kind of waiting for that sun to get a bit lower. For anyone who watched my last video, this is the beach where I got the photos of all the shells. So I will, yeah, just sort of run through what I'm doing. If you keep an eye on the horizon, we might see some dolphins or a dugong, turtles. It's all here. I'll try and keep the camera away from people as much as I can. But yeah, hopefully you're here to enjoy the sunset more than anything. Yeah, it is looking nice. That cloud's looking very promising. We've got that gap on the horizon. So yeah, that gap on the horizon, we'll get some sun, that's for sure. As long as that cloud stays there, that will light up. That will light up really nicely. So yeah, Saturday night, I'm sort of not expecting too many people in here for the live stream, but if you can't get out tonight, sit back and enjoy a sunset in Hervey Bay. Grab a beer, grab a wine, grab a cordial, and yeah, enjoy a Hervey Bay sunset. Here comes the sun now. Reception looks pretty good here, so that's a plus. Always sort of worry about the reception in Hervey Bay, but here looks pretty good. So I'm not going to get the camera out yet. I am waiting for sunset. But yeah, this is more just to catch up and say hello. I keep promising a live stream. So this is it. Not the most epic location in the world, but just want to try and show off different parts of Hervey Bay. That's sort of the whole plan of the live streams, is I'll try and move around a bit. I think you've all seen enough of my trees and my rocks. So today we're going to look at a beach and hopefully come up with some nice photos on the beach. I should have brought Ripley along. I should have brought the dog along with me. That would have been good. She would have loved it. So yeah, I will get the camera out soon. Again, the sun's very harsh at the moment. I don't want to be shooting directly into the sun just yet. Just sitting here enjoying the view, to tell the truth. So yes, welcome to Shelly Beach. I probably won't do a lot of talking in this one because yeah, there's a lot of people around. I don't want to be that weird guy on the beach talking to himself. That's why I like to go where there's no one around. Go to places where I don't have to be quiet and watch out for people. But yeah, I'll spin you around and show you the beach. I'll show you exactly what's going on. Not exactly a busy beach, Shelly Beach, but it is a Saturday night, so we pan up this way. There's a few people up the end up there. Pan down this way out towards Fraser Island or Gari. And we're down there. So if you're in Hervey Bay, this is where I am. There's the rock groin It's the first one along the beach from the Pialba Torquay end, and then that's up the other end. So yeah, looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. So yeah, hopefully we get... I'll put the camera a bit more straight out. We won't watch the sunset just yet. I'll put it straight out because usually the dolphins tend to be just sort of in this little area here. It's right on low tide at the moment. So they tend not to go too far. There's an eagle flying up overhead. I don't know if that's going to be... You're not going to be able to see that on the camera. But yeah, if we watch out there, we might see some dolphins. It gets really shallow over this side. So they generally just sort of straight out. G'day, how are you? Welcome. I know, it's looking alright, isn't it?
It was looking better earlier, but hey,
yeah, I know.
Stop.
Look, as long as a little bit of clouds up there, I'll be happy.
There's a bit of colour that we thought, maybe.
Yeah, it's been good. I've been out a few times lately, so I want it to clear now so we can do our astro shoot.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
So Linda's just turned up to take some photos. So I'm not talking to myself, I am talking to somebody. Yeah. Yeah, we were just saying we want that cloud to stay, because if that cloud stays, we could get a pretty epic sunset. I did put my order in. Have you been out much lately? Yeah.
Might have been the nut from sunrise.
Yep.
One of those mornings, but yeah. Then yesterday I took some photos of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Always wanting to go out there. But I discovered something really interesting with my tripod that I didn't realise. You know how you always you want to get down really low?
Yep.
Like I can take this part out
And flip it upside down.
and then just take the head off.
Yep.
And that way I'm that close to the camera.
Yep. I was going to do that live on stream just to show people. Yeah, this is one of my other tripods. And yeah, you can just and then stick it in upside down. Yeah. Oh, yours is different.
I can do that, but it's
So mine,
not sitting tight enough.
let me see if I can get it
Take this
in.
whole piece out, which allows you to put it upside down, but then I've got this. So I've got this piece here, it becomes a tripod.
Yeah.
And I
Oh,
can
okay.
My ball head,
Yep.
I can take the hook off.
Yep.
And my ball head will sit on
And
that.
sits on that. Okay.
Yeah, so it's right
Because yeah,
down
that's a lot of the tripods start to do this now, where you can.
It's go upside down when you take.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
It's not hard
yeah.
to get there.
No, exactly. It's not too hard, but yeah, it does take them upside down. So
But that's just the easiest way to take the tripod and reposition.
yeah, you've got to unclip this part too to make it work.
That's that part. Mine's got legs on it.
Yeah, that's a better. I've been looking at just getting a little tripod, something similar to that I can carry around. So I don't mind carrying two tripods as long as it's just something little and easy. Because yeah, like my other tripod does it as well, but it's just a pain in the ass doing it. Yeah, they're good, the Gorilla Pods.
I don't know what to wait.
Yeah.
Hold up from there.
As long as you get your legs like right out as far as they'll go, and they're not too bad. As long as you get your legs as far as you possibly can. The only problem with these is if it starts to sink into the mud or the sand, you start to get all crap up in there.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the main thing that I'm worried about, is getting, if you get too low, then you start to get sand and mud.
Yeah. But I might just use my phone and put it on one of the, what do you call it, not slow exposure, what do you call it?
The time lapse thing, yeah. Yeah, don't mind me, I'm just having a chat to Linda at the moment while we wait for this sun to set, just talking about tripods. So I will show you a cool little trick with the tripod once the time is right. I've got to remember that when I unscrew the bottom of it, don't lose it. And that's why I don't do it much. Like, I know...
That becomes that part that I would use.
Yeah, because it all folds up inside.
See, I lost the foot of my tripod, so I glued.
Okay, yep. Same with my K&F one. My K&F one is at home under repair at the moment. One of the legs has gone really loose, so I've had to put some more Loctite in it. But yes, those rubber feet, they came off, so I just glued them on. Yeah, so look, I know it's a photography stream and I will take some photos eventually. But yeah, like I said, I'm just waiting for that sun to get nice and low. I don't want to be shooting into a harsh sun. I know we can shoot away from the sun, but yeah, I'm waiting for colour. I've been here a few times this week. Came down with Aquadan a couple of nights ago. So he had a plan. He had a shot that he wanted planned out, and he got it by the look of it. Yeah, he was trying to work out how to do focus stacking in his camera. So have you tried that with yours?
No.
Yeah. I'll be able to show you. Yeah. We think we've worked it out.
Okay. Actually, when I went into focus stacking, because I had a look at home.
Yep. Because yeah, my camera is too old for focus stacking, but a lot of the new ones have a focus stacking mode built in. So I could just kind of showed him how that worked.
Yeah, I've got focus bracketing.
Yeah.
Is that the same?
No, focus bracketing is different.
Okay. No, there's some...
Oh no, yeah, sorry, focus bracketing, that's the one you want. I'm thinking exposure bracketing. Yeah, focus bracketing, enable, number of shots, 5. I think we set his to 10 just to experiment to see how far it would go. The only problem is the more you put, then you're going to go home with more shots.
That's the thing.
And then you got to try and stack them.
When I was in it before.
Yeah, and then you got to try and stack them all together.
Here it is. Consider creating a new folder. How do you do that?
Consider creating a new folder.
Because that's obviously on the card.
Yep.
How do you do that? I've got to look it up.
Yeah. I would say, has that got the dual card slots in it?
It has, but I can only use one because one's broken.
Yeah, I think you can create folders and then you designate the folder where you want it to go to, or you just designate it to your second card. So I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, I haven't looked that far into it, but yeah, with the focus bracketing, I would stick with 5 shots. The focus increments, that was the one we weren't too sure about. So Dan was sort of experimenting. What that is, it'll focus. So if you focus on something right here, for example, it'll go in increments. But I'm not sure what was wide and what was narrow.
Yeah, it says wide and narrow on it.
Yeah.
Wide.
So I think like narrow. I think narrow is for your macro when you've only you're focusing from here to here. Where wide, I think wide is from if we're focusing here all the way to infinity.
Yeah.
I think that's what wide was.
Yeah.
So yeah. So we just stuck it in the middle for now because then
So
that's
you're going to do accidentals if it shows?
I have set up a few. I have prepared some earlier. I have prepared a few earlier. Yeah.
I was looking at his phone, I'm thinking,
Yeah.
That looked awesome.
Yeah, it did. He's been planning that for a while. He said he just wanted that shot with all the shells.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, once we sort of worked out the focus stacking, it looks like he's nailed it. So yeah. Okay, g'day Ultimate, how are you? G'day Nigel. Okay, I missed a bit of chat here. I'm just over here talking to Linda at the moment, talking about focus stacking. So yes, g'day Nigel from the UK. Welcome to a Queensland sunset. G'day Ultimate. Who else is in there? Kath. Yeah, good. So we've got 8 people in here at the moment. So don't mind me. I'm just talking to Linda at the moment. Just having a look at some focus stacking. So, hello and welcome to Shelly Beach. So a few people around, so I'll try and talk quietly. But yeah, we're waiting for some dolphins to tell the truth before we take photos. I'm hoping all that cloud stays there, because if that cloud stays there, it could be pretty epic. It could be pretty epic. So anyone who watched my last video, I'm basically going to do the same thing. But as I mentioned earlier in the stream, look, this is just a show of Hervey Bay. I just want to sort of show different areas of Hervey Bay. I do love my trees and my rocks, but I thought we'll just do something a little bit different today. The weather's perfect for it. It's probably about 23, 24 degrees at the moment. No wind, nice and calm. It's a perfect Queensland sunset. So you might get a few people walk in front of the camera because everyone comes down for their sunset stroll on the beach. So thank you to everyone who's here. Loved your last video. Thanks, Ultimate. Diane, hello. Welcome from Bundaberg. Diane from Bundaberg, welcome along, and hopefully you enjoy the sunset that we're about to watch. It should be a good one. Nice high cloud. And yeah, if you're really lucky, we might see some dolphins out on that horizon if we're really lucky. But I'll keep the sun just in the shot. So yes, welcome everyone who's here. I'm not going to do too much talking. There are a few people around, so I'll take some photos. I'll show you the back of the camera. I'll explain what I'm doing. But yeah, it's more just enjoy the sunset. Enjoy the sunset. So there's some I prepared earlier. And now the waves have flipped them over.
I'll add to it. That's like a singing mixture.
Yeah, I tend to just sort of stagger them a little bit. Ideally, you'd love to have one big shell in the foreground. Here comes Peter. Love the cloud and reflections. Yeah, look, I reckon we could be in for a good sky. If that cloud stays there, it will be quite nice. It will be quite nice if that cloud stays there. So what I'll do, let me get this off. I'm going to try not to move the camera around too much because I know things go a bit funky when I do that. So I'll show you our little arrangement that we've got going on down here. So, yeah, the little jelly, yeah. I got some photos of that the other night, and yeah, that you get some really nice glow in it. Yeah, yep. So we've got like just, as you can see, this beach is just littered with shells. There's shells everywhere. G'day, Peter. How are you?
Good, thank you. Yourself?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Ready to get some Shelly shots? So yeah, shells everywhere. Yeah, on the higher tide, it's probably nicer with a little bit of a higher tide.
Aptly named, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. That's why they call it Shelly Beach. And it's weird, like they're only here. Yeah. They're here, and then they kind of stop up where that next little drain pipe is.
Yeah. And then from there on in.
And then the other side of the groin, there's none either. It's all sand.
Quite amazing.
Yeah. So that's kind of the point of the live streams. I'm going to try and show off as much of Hervey Bay as possible. Because yes, I know I love my rocks and my trees, but we do have beaches up here. We'll get to a sandy beach one day too. I'll show you. We do actually have sandy beaches here as well. Got everything. Hervey Bay's awesome. Hervey Bay is the best. We have everything. No matter what you want, we've got rocks, we've got trees, we've got mangroves, we've got mud flats, we've got beaches. We've got three piers. We're all within probably 5 kilometres of each other. The boat harbour, I'm going to do at the boat harbour soon. So if Linda McKay's in there, I will come and do the boat harbour one morning, and I'll let you know. Linda's the master of the boat harbour. She has some really nice photos of the boat harbour, which I'm yet to get, to tell the truth. Alright, so we've got 6 people in here. Look, again, like I said earlier, this is just for people to enjoy the sunset. Yes, the jelly moon eggs, the snail eggs. Linda's just found one, so we're going to get that. I got some shots of it the other night, and you get the sun glowing through it, and it does make for a really nice shot. So I've actually brought along my 24-105 today. got a dash hound. I've got the 24 to 105 today just because it has the macro function. Let me take that off. It has the macro function, so then I can just get in a little bit closer to the shells. Ultimately, I do prefer my 17 to 40 for that wider view. But yeah, I've used the 17 to 40 a few times, so I just thought I'll do something a little bit different today. And probably a bit more in line with what most people would have with a kit lens. So 24 to 105 on full frame is sort of your 17 to 70 type lens. So the wide angle is an ultra wide. I've got to show everyone the dog. I know we've got a few dog people in here at the moment. Ultimate's in here. Crystal, you know Crystal? Hello. Hello. Yep. Who needs shells? We've got a dog to take some photos of. Hello. Yeah, I was gonna bring mine down, but she's should be jumping up on the cameras and wet feet and yeah. As Ultimate would know, border collies, although hers are trained. Ultimate's has trained her border collies. Ours is semi-trained. It's trained to jump and yeah. Don't take photos of dogs while I'm not there. Yeah, well, I did. I sent out the invite. You could have come along. So yeah, look, we will do a session one day. I was almost going to go to Dundarren Beach. Like, I'll save that for another stream. But yeah, Dundarren Beach on the low tide at sunset is pretty awesome as well. So yes, we will do that one day, Ultimate. We don't have to do it on stream, but I do want to get down there and we'll take the dogs. Dundarren at low tide. But check out that Harvey Bay sunset. So yeah, and thanks everyone who's here. Feel free to ask questions. Like I said, it's not the most epic location in the world, but it's just something different. I want to do something a little bit different. Tide's on its way in, so our shell arrangement is getting destroyed. Yeah, low tide was, well, actually it should be low tide right now. 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock was low tide. I'm just going to come back a little bit and see if I can, just to give you an idea of how close we're actually going to get to these shells. So I'll jump in there before the others get in. So I'm going to shoot in manual mode. First thing I'm going to do is take a reading of my sun. I just want to keep my highlights under control. And that's perfect. Alright, actually I am going to slightly overexpose. I'm shooting directly into the sun, so I do want to slightly overexpose because otherwise the foreground will be too dark. And if you're shooting directly into the sun, yes, it's going to be bright. Okay, I'm going to put my camera on my minimum focus distance. And then I'm just going to wing it. Oh, look at that. Oh, that was good. Yeah, see, that sun's too harsh. I'll get the sun out of my shot. It's not too bad. Yeah, the wide angle is much better for this shot. But that's okay. That's okay. Nice little arrangement you've got there. Yeah, that sun is very harsh. Very harsh sun. Let me get that jelly. Just got to work out my focus distance with this lens. I need a flippy screen so I can actually see what I'm doing. Yep, I've got it. So it's going to be very hard to see on the back of the camera. See if we can give you an idea of what I'm doing. It's going to be very hard to see with all the sun and the glare. But yeah, I'll upload some. Ultimate could even do it a bit earlier to do some action while the sun is higher. Yeah, actually that's probably a good idea. Do some action photos first and then do some portraits. So that's a good idea. So So yeah, it's going to be hard for you to see the photos on the back of my camera just because of the glare. But yeah, just sort of all that cloud's breaking up now. It's I was hoping for a bit more cloud. I really don't like shooting directly into a sun like that. So I might even take some more back this way. There's a bit more cloud over that way that makes things a bit more interesting. So that's already looking better over that way. So I might frame it up so my shoals are in front of that rather than in front of the beach. Yeah, I'm just handheld at the moment. Yeah, let's get over this side. Yeah, that's nice. That's much better. That's much better. Get the wave coming in. Get them slightly under the water. Yeah, that's nice. That's good. I can probably overexpose a little bit more. So I'm shooting at f14 just to get my depth of field fairly wide. I don't want to do focus stacking at this stage. I will do another video on focus stacking eventually. It's that fine line between overexposing and getting enough detail in your foreground. So there's the shot, and as you can see, like, I've slightly overexposed and blown the sky. So it's not too bad, it's still recoverable, it's only just over, but that's kind of what we're going for. The shells and the reflections. And yeah, by not shooting directly into the sun, like these ones. So as soon as you got that sun in your shot, your dynamic range just dies. So I'm trying to keep that sun out of my shot, really focus on my foreground, and sort of expose for the foreground, while still keeping that sky slightly under control. So I'm not going to take too many shots to tell the truth. I've got the shots I want. The sky is looking nice though. The sky is looking alright. Let me just spin this around. Let's have a look down the beach, because that's where it's all happening that way. It's all happening that way. That spot would suit a nice starburst. Yes, it does. I did some starburst the other night, and I've got it at f16 at the moment. So I will definitely try some starburst, especially once it gets a bit closer to the horizon. We'll definitely do some starburst. But yeah, look at that. Welcome to Harvey Bay. It's like this every day. I've mentioned that numerous times on stream. It's like this every day in Harvey Bay, except for when it's not. That's nice. Again, it's too bright. It's kind of okay. Yeah. It is. It's hard to get in like really close. I'm just trying to focus on one. I want to get that sun out of my shot. That's better. Let's go down there. It's okay. That's oak. Oh, I like those shells. Where are they? I can see two in my frame that look really good next to each other. Okay, that's those two. Let me get them again. Yeah, good. See how close I can actually get. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. Okay, I'll just show you that last shot that I've got. It's going to be hard to see, but yeah, that's... See, shooting away from the sun, I can keep everything under control a bit better. So, yeah. So just something different. It's one of those things, and yeah, the last video that I did, it was all about just... Rather than getting here and just, you know, line the camera up like that and go and snap, get down nice and close to your foreground. Really enhance your foreground. Just makes a shot a bit more interesting. Okay. Be nice to have like a lone tree. Hello. Hello. Don't mind me, I'm just patting dogs. So even that, you know, have a bit of a leading line through your shot. But yeah, this, when you've got a beach that has lots of nice shells, yeah, get in there and take shots of the shells. Because you're still getting the sunset, it's still all about the sunset. So, let me know which way you want to face. Do you want to face out to the ocean with a chance of seeing some dolphins, or do you want to see a bit more of the beach and people? Personally, I don't want to see people. I want to be out in the ocean, not looking at people. How's it going, Peter? Yeah, good. Have you been out much?
Not as much as I'd like to. I should have, but you know, I've been out a little bit. When I start to play around there with a bit of night stuff now. So
Yeah.
Goes back out into the
Get that? Yeah, they do on the way. Yeah, the V's. Yep. Yes, it's Milky Way season. That's for sure. It's Milky Way season. So I might sneak out tonight, but if this cloud stays, could ruin it.
Yeah, I just did a little bit of backyard last night.
Yeah.
Just
As
playing
practice.
wherever I
Yep.
wanted, you know, so just getting all that ready so
Yep.
wind down everything with a pickup on.
Yeah. I'm trying to find new locations. I want to find some inland.
Yep.
I want to try and find an old truck or an old barn or something. I did find an old barn once before, but we had the farmer come out and tell us to get off. So I don't think I'll go back there, because the next time he comes out, he might have a shotgun with him. Dolphins. Did you see dolphin? Did someone see dolphins? Cat's got dolphins. Look at those reflections. All right, I'm going to take some photos now. It's looking good. It's looking good. We're right on sunset. So you get in there, Linda, and get your shell arrangement. Okay, again, I'm just going to expose for my sky. I don't want to blow it out too much. What don't you trust? Oh, you don't trust the little tripod?
I need to bring a plate and I forgot.
Yeah. Give it a try. See, we've still got lots of light, so you can kind of hand hold. I tend to only use the tripod once my shutter speed gets too slow.
I just feel like I'm shaky. What am I doing?
But that'll be all, as long as you're all stabilised, well, yeah. That looks a bit sketchy, that. It does look a bit sketchy. I'd hate to say it, but I don't think I'd be putting my camera on it. The plate was a good idea. That's nice. I'm getting too much sky. I want more foreground. I don't want so much sky. That's, yeah, for some reason, these shots just work better in portrait mode. Oh, there's some nice waves. Let me get them as they rush out. It's flipped all our shells. It's flipping our shells, Linda. I'm at 400. I'm at ISO 400, just so I can hand hold and keep my shutter speed. I'm f16 1/80th of a second, and ISO 400. Yeah, and that's what I'm getting.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, as the sun dips, will sort of change, but I'll just quickly show people the back of the camera. So there's my last shot. Again, don't know how well the back of the camera will pick it up, but trust me, that is awesome. I think. Yeah, good. But there is a little bit of a starburst there. I'm shooting at f16. Or was it f14? F16. It'll give me a bit of a starburst. I'm just really concentrating on my foreground. Yeah, that's nice. I do much prefer when the water's there to get the reflections. There you go. Yeah, nice. Yeah. So what have you got? 15. Try it at 15 mil. Try it at 15 mil and really get in. Like, you've almost got it. What I do is I just manually focus. Does that have the manual focus?
Yeah, I can turn it off for you.
So put it like to your minimum focal, because you'll find that it has a slight macro function, and then you just kind of move it backwards and forwards.
Okay.
So because you've got the flippy screen and you'll have that focus peaking. Do you use your focus peaking at all?
No.
Focus peaking, it'll show you little like lines when it's in focus.
I've got the red and green. What goes?
The red and green? Yeah, that's kind of like your focus peaking. So as long as you can see a shell nice and focused. What was that?
Best invention of all time.
Oh, it is. That's why I really want a new camera. Number one is the flippy screen, and number two, the focus peaking. So then I can kind of see.
I don't know why they don't put that on every camera.
Yeah, I know.
Is there something going wrong with my camera to be getting all that green?
No, I reckon that's your focus peaking. I reckon that's just saying that that's what's in focus.
Yeah,
So
because that,
if you
isn't
throw
that
it, see when you throw it out of focus,
Oh, okay.
when you throw it out of focus, that all disappears.
I thought there was something wrong with the camera.
Yeah, no. There is. I'll take your camera. You can have mine. Mine works perfectly fine. So you get in there while we've got that light. I don't want to steal your shot. So look at that for a sunset. So as you can see how close Linda's getting to the shells. We're really just get in on those shells, okay? And it does make for a nice shot. Yeah, we're losing light pretty quickly. I might just stop down to f30. Oh no, let's stay at 16. I'll just bump up my ISO to 500. 800? Yeah, 800's fine. Yeah, that's nice. Get a bit more beach. Oh, look at that. Let me quickly autofocus. Speed up my shutter speed. There, okay. Let me get a faster shutter speed, shallower depth of field. ISO back down. There we go. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. Good spotting, Linda. And that's kind of why I bring the 24 to 105, just in case something like that happens. And I can get some nice, very minimalist type shots. Yeah, I would like it if he wasn't sort of blending into that background, but that one's not too bad. That one's nice. That one's nice. Yeah. That's why you learn your camera, so you can quickly change every... Oh wow, look behind us. Linda's just said, have a look behind. Look at the cloud out that way. It's some nice pinks, and yeah, we're starting to get some nice cloud up high too now. Starting to get there. Things are starting to look nice. All we need is some dolphins jumping, and that'll just about top off the night, I reckon. Okay, now I'm going to go down to f8. Still want my fast shutter. So now that the sun's disappeared, I do want a nice fast shutter speed. We'll go f10. F10's going to keep everything under control. Back to my minimum. My minimum focus distance. Oh, there's a nice wave. I do like those shots with the wave coming in. How did that work? Yeah, that's nice. Nice reflections. Let's get in even closer. I think I'm too close. Yeah. It's got a macro function, but it's not exactly a macro lens. That's nice. Get that wave. I don't know whether you can actually see me on the camera, but I'm photoing. So over this way, that's where all the colour is. You can never pick a sunset. Sometimes the cloud stays out where you want it, but more often than not the cloud goes where you don't want it. I'm going to try some back that way anyway, so I'll get behind Peter so I'm not in his shot. I'll go and stand in the water. brighten everything up a little. Yeah. Yeah, nah. Yeah, no, that's not doing it for me. Oh, that's a nice little... Didn't even have to change those shells. Yeah. Grab another lens. So I just tried shooting back towards the land, and I'll show you what happened, because I don't think they work. I'm not really happy with them, but I'll show you. I'll show you the shots that don't work. That's the point of live streams. Okay, so that's just shooting back towards the land. So I got in the water to get that shell, and another one. But yeah, just that mid-ground doesn't really do it for me too much. I do much prefer the shots taken out this way. So here was the last couple with that, with the jelly in it. It's some nice backlighting. So I do much prefer those shots, shooting into the sun to get those reflections. Yeah, now we're well and truly losing colour. Okay, so now we're at that stage where we can try and get onto the tripod, and I'm going to show you a little trick that you can do with these tripods. Lots of these tripods have this function. I don't do it often because it's just a pain, and I will show you soon how painful it can be. So, tripod. So for anyone who has one of these tripods with the centre column, I've unscrewed the bottom, and what you can do, so if you do want to get your camera down really low and you have that centre column that you're worried about, a lot of cameras, they let you do this. Undo it, flip your camera upside down and put it in that way. So then you can get your camera as low as you can without, but then you just got to watch out for waves. And so if you want to get your camera down nice and low, that's how you do it. But like I said, I don't like to do it just waves, mud, sand. You've really got to just be careful. So yeah, if you've got one of those tripods with the centre column, see if you can unscrew it. You probably just have to unscrew the little plate on the bottom and then flip it upside down. So that'll get you your camera down really low. So yes, the photos will be upside down, but easy enough to flip them over these days. There's probably a setting in camera that can flip them. So I'm going to give that a bit of a go for now that I've done it. We're at that time of night where we start to lose our colour. But blue hour should be okay. Blue hour should be okay. But yeah, I don't like doing this because, again, I don't have a flippy screen. I'm going to flip some shells over so they look a little bit nicer. I don't want to get my hands too salty, sandy. Okay. And then, again, you really just got to watch the waves, because the last thing you want to do is have a wave come up and right off your camera. But yeah, if the light gets too dull and you need those long shutter speeds, this is your option. Okay, let's just flip it up so I can actually get my settings set. So again, I'm just at my minimum focus distance. I'm not too worried about it. I don't care if the sky's out of focus, and it will be. The sky will be out of focus with shots like this. Okay, now I can get my ISO back down to 100. Get my shutter speed down to about a tenth of a second. Okay, then just make sure everything is bolted in, done up nice and tight. Find some shells. Well, that's a nice one. I like that shell. And then, again, I can't really see what I'm doing here, but I'll take that shot. How does that look? Yeah, not too bad. And again, you can still adjust your ball head and get everything nice and level. Get in even closer. Make sure that water doesn't hit my camera. Yeah, it's okay. They're okay. We're kind of losing the sky now, so I do like it when the sun's right on that horizon. You get that nice golden glow now. It's very flat light. And another thing you can do, even when you've got your tripod upside down, if you've got the L bracket, like I do, switch it into portrait mode. And just check everything is nice and tight in portrait mode, and then you can get down like really low. Okay, and then just by adjusting your center column, we can get that down as low as we want, where it's safe. So yeah, good little tip if you do want to get down low. If your camera gets destroyed by a wave, it's not my fault. I didn't teach you how to do that. Okay, so yeah, just be very careful, especially when working with waves and things. Where's all the cloud gone? Yeah, I know, it's fizzled out. But I don't mind, because when the cloud disappears, the stars come out. When the clouds disappear, the stars come out. So, it's, but yeah, and this is why I don't do this often. It is just a pain to try and get everything composed and set up. If you want to get those low down shots with long shutter speeds, this is the way to do it. Okay, so somewhere around about there now, just go and find a nice shell again. Come back over and steal some of Linda's shells. I do like this one. This is a good shell. That's a good shell. I'm getting very close to the sand. I don't want to be that close. Okay, I'll just come back a bit. I nearly did what I said don't do. As the tide comes in, the waves will get bigger, so that's another thing to note. Incoming tide, that's when you get your rogue waves. Look, here comes a rogue wave. A Hervey Bay rogue wave. It's about as big as they get on this tide. Yeah, I do like that shell. I want that shell back up here somewhere. Find a nice soft spot. Move that so I don't stand on it. Get a splinter. What's that? Oh, Pelican. Oh, hang on. All right. Yep, change your plans. Got a Pelican here. Let me just quickly get into sports mode. ISO 2000. Aperture f4. Shutter speed 250. 100mm. And there's our Pelican. So I'm going to get some look at that sky behind it. I wish I had a fish. Yeah, he'll come in. He'll get it off live. Wow, that's... I was almost going to pack the 70 to 200. That's really nice. Let me just pre-focus. Get down super low. Yeah, look at that. So I've just pre-focused on the Pelican. I'll just refocus as he moves. Just back button focus. Oh, I wasn't ready for that. Who spooked him? So close. So close. All right, let me show you the shots that I got. Okay, so little tip for the wildlife photographers out there. This is what you get when you stand up, and then if we get down nice and low, I'll go the other way, just get down nice and low. Just makes for a much more ultimate to know this trick. And then there it is as it's flying off, and I missed it. That one's okay. But yeah, down nice and low. There we go. That'll crop in quite nicely, to tell the truth. Look at that. There's my pelican. Yeah, nice. Yeah, that's a good one. Oh, starting to get a bit of cloud out to the left, to the right now. Yeah, that way's looking pretty good. All right, well, wasn't the dolphin I was asking for, but I'm not going to complain about a pelican. Yeah. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, we're starting to lose colour. And look, I've been going for nearly an hour. I think I might wind it up, to tell the truth. I say never leave early, but look, I've got the shots. I think these shots work better with the sun rather than a long exposure. The sky's, it's okay. It's not the most epic sky of all time. Actually, you know what? We're here now. I'm going to flip this over. I just don't like doing this. I don't do it often. It's a pain. Without a flippy screen, it's just impossible to compose a shot. Impossible to compose without a flippy screen. So I'm going to go the old way. Not that I'm going to be able to get in close to my shells. Let's just have a quick look and see what we can. See if we can frame anything up at all. Yeah, no. You really do need to be down low. That's not doing it for me. Try some handheld. Don't want my shutter speed any slower than a 25th of a second. Shooting at 24mm. 1/25th is as slow as I want to go. I'm going to get my aperture down to 5.6. And ISO is going to need to be around 200. Let's just try some of them and see what they look like. Just try some. Yeah, nah. Not doing it for me. It's one of those places that definitely works better with... Yeah, dynamic range is too large now. The sky's too bright, the foreground's too dark. I can't be bothered doing multiple exposures, handheld. This is why I like my trees and my rocks. Just makes it a bit easier to shoot. So yeah, I think I will wind it up. Thank you to everyone who joined in. Again, probably not the most exciting stream of all time, but just to show off Harvey Bay. Show that it's, you know, we do have beaches. It's not all rocks and mangroves. We do have a couple of beaches. So yes, thank you to everyone who popped in. And yes, let's see, look at the sky now. It's looking nice, but just no foreground. And yeah, until I get my flippy screen, I'll redo this when I've got a flippy screen and I can actually compose a shot to use my long shutter speeds. Otherwise I'm going to be working at very high ISOs. So thank you, Diane. Very informative, thanks. It's yeah. probably not not the most exciting stream, this one. I do prefer more rocks and waves and things like that. But these sort of shots, yeah, look, it's all about getting down low. Get down low, get close to your foreground. And just get as much foreground in your shot as you can, just to make it a bit more interesting. So thank you, everyone. Thanks to everyone who popped in. Thanks for all the comments. I might do a sunrise at Urangan tomorrow morning. So if anyone's in Harvey Bay watching this, I might get up early and do a sunrise at Urangan. It's there's a chance of some light cloud. So yeah, that'll be it for this one. But yeah, we might go to Urangan tomorrow. I probably won't live stream it. I'll just go to take photos. Because who doesn't want to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday? All right, thanks everyone, and I will see you all soon.